The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
On the Eagles Sports Network, I'm Tanner Swift, and standing along beside me is head track and field coach David Needs as the team gets set for the Catamount Classic in Cullowhee, North Carolina this weekend. And Coach, you kind of look at last week, you built on a couple things. You faced some really good competition. What are you looking at this weekend as now you're just a week away from conference?
Well, not to get anybody hurt. That's the first thing. Second, this is more of a relays emphasis week for the throwers. Some of them didn't get to compete last week because it didn't work out schedule-wise. So for the throwers, it's to get one more good meet in. But we go a week from today on Thursday, so in competition. So we really want to make sure that we're managing what we do. So even for our distance runners, we're taking them down one race. So if they run the 8, they normally run on the 4 this week. So we're in our preparation for this meet. It's just a fine tune. It's fine tune and make sure that nobody gets hurt.
You have my alma mater in Western. You have Cavs alma mater in Marshall that's going to be there. You look at some of the competition you faced last week and really did well against in Tori Gall and Amy Zadroga. How does that competition compare this week?
Well, you get a lot more Division I schools. Far fewer Division II. Last week was really good Division II, and this week is really some good Division I schools. But the competition is good because if you can get a mark that helps you with nationals, that's great. But at the same point, what it does is it pushes you. It lets you know what's out there, and so we're excited about that. The fact that Marshall or Western Carolina or any of the other Division I schools are going to be there really is a great opportunity for our kids to show how special Carson-Newman is and how good we are this season.
You stand already with the national qualifier in Gall. Are there a couple other events that you're looking at this weekend that you may have a chance to move up in the national rankings due to that?
Well, we haven't got Chris. Chris hasn't been healthy. Chris Potts-Howard. So it's really good to see what he can do. This is the first week where he's kind of been turned loose. Javad has had the hamstring and the knee issue, so we've been kind of really managing basketball, they'd say managing his minutes, and track, we're managing his events. And so we're hoping that he'll get closer and closer as we go through and some things. Samantha Gudger's one big jump away from qualifying on the long jump. And so that which is good. Really what we want is them to hit their peak here about next week. And so we're really trying to be conscious of what we do in the weight room, what we do in practice and everything so that we can really get that elite performance next week.
How proud have you been about some of these breakout performances in the indoor season? Maybe some athletes who weren't huge standouts during the indoor season and maybe in like a Sierra Henderson or some of these new additions that you've had as throwers.
Yeah, I mean, it's been wonderful. With Trezell, with Sierra, with having Ross and some of the other people that we've had. Logan Pender had an unbelievable meet 2 weeks ago for him and has shown dramatic improvement. And really all of our people have done a really good job of really going and climbing up. I've got exceptional coaches. I've got some coaches that don't get a whole lot of attention, but I've got some unbelievable throws coaches. I've got great jumps coaches. I've got a great hurdle coach, Paul Vaults. I mean, we've got people that are really getting the job done, and I could sit here and tell you hours about what they've done for these athletes, and it's amazing to see what our athletes are accomplishing when they're responding to the positives that they get from coaching.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
He's head coach David Needs. I'm Tanner Swift on the Eagles Sports Network.